If you have an iPhone, you're probably using the messaging app, but what you probably don't know is that it could be sharing your personal data and information with other people and other companies. I'll show you how to turn all of that off. Now, on your iPhone, let's first head into the Settings app. Within the Settings app, let's go to the settings for your Messages app. So scroll down to the bottom and you'll be able to see apps at the very bottom. From here, again, we're going to scroll down until we get to this section that says Messages. And we're going to go through all of these settings, the most important ones that you need to make sure to either turn on or off to help protect your privacy. The first thing I would recommend doing is scrolling down until you get to Share Name and Photo. Now you'll be able to see this is the photo and name that I have associated with my messaging app. And this is shared with anyone if I have the setting turned on. Essentially, somebody could message me and it will just pop up with my name and my photo, and you might not want them to be able to see that information. I would recommend scrolling down to the very bottom, and instead of share automatically, let's switch this to always ask. Then it will just essentially prompt you, do you want to share your name and photo with this other person, or would you rather not do that? In some instances, you might not want to share that information with the person. Now, let's go back out here and go through some other things as well. Let's scroll down and you'll be able to see towards the bottom is text message forwarding. Let's check on this to make sure that your text messages are forwarded to another device only if you're okay with it. You can see in my instance, it's my MacBook Pro, but you might find a device on there that is forwarding your text messages to a different device. So essentially someone else can see your text messages and read them and even respond for you. So if you see any devices on here that you don't like, just turn that feature off. But let's go back one and let's go to the very top here. I would highly recommend going into your notifications and turning off the feature that allows people to be able to see what those text messages said. So say if you have your iPhone and it's locked and somebody just comes by and someone sent you a text message, potentially they'll be able to read that text message even without unlocking your iPhone, which I don't know about you, but I personally prefer. I am the only person that would be able to read those text messages. So next to show previews, instead of always, let's switch this to when unlocked. This essentially means that you need to unlock your iPhone to be able to see what those messages say in your notification. Again, no one else will be able to read those text messages. Another thing that I would highly recommend doing is going back to here to get to your message settings. It says scroll down and you can see shared with you. Allow content shared with you in messages to automatically appear in other apps. Essentially what this means is if you get a link sent to you, someone texts you a link to a YouTube video or basically something you're shopping for, or a photo or a video, all of these other apps will be able to see it. And I don't know about you, but some of these apps, I don't want to be able to see it. You can see various things like Amazon. I don't necessarily want Amazon to be able to see various content that is texted to me. You can see a lot of these are just default Apple apps, but some of them are not, like Netflix and Zillow. So if any of these you don't want to be able to see that content, make sure to turn them off, or you can all at the very top turn them all off by just toggling that button. Now you can ensure that other apps won't be able to see all of that information that has been texted to you. Let's go back one here. We're still in the messages settings, and within the messaging settings, at the very top is location. Now keep in mind, if you want to be able to share your location within the messages app with someone else, it's important to have this feature turned on. However, keep in mind, if you don't use this feature, make sure to switch this to never so that your messages app can't track your location every single time that you open it up. Let's go back one because there are other things I would recommend doing as well. Let's scroll down here and go to send and receive. If you're sending and receive text and messages from your phone number in addition to your email address, anybody that has access to that email address could potentially see those text messages. So if it's a shared family email and that is selected, again, anybody with access to that email could essentially see those text messages. I would recommend turning that off so that you're sending and receiving only as your phone number and not as your email as well. Let's go back out of here and change something else as well. After you've gone back out here, let's scroll down towards the bottom. You'll be able to see other things. As I scroll down, you can see block contacts and RCS messaging. RCS messaging allows you to send rich text messages to people with an Android phone. I would highly recommend turning this on so that you're able to text other people with an Android phone, and it will display photos and reactions and all that stuff. And then finally, let's go back out here and go to block contacts. And if you have anybody that's annoying you or that you don't want to be able to text you, you can always add them to this block contacts list and not get text messages from them anymore. Again, this just helps your peace of mind, knowing that you won't get those random spam text messages from specific phone numbers.